Alright, so content creation can seem like an absolute beast, and honestly it is. Thank God for it, because I have a career because of it. But it doesn't always have to be complicated or difficult, and today I want to bring you some of my favorite tips and tricks for content creation. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Amber Romero and I'm the owner of A Creative Co. and I am a social media content strategist for small business owners, content creators, and social media managers. And today I want to talk to you guys about 5 of my favorite content creation tips that you can start implementing into your content strategy, your workflow, and into your life. Now, some of these are going to be overarching ideas and themes, and some of these are very tactical, like you can implement this right now. So diving right in, number 1, you guys, I am a big fan of content repurposing. And now, this can seem like a beast in and of itself, and it honestly can be, and I have some YouTube videos coming out in the next couple of weeks to really give you guys an inside look of how I repurpose content, but it doesn't have to be super complicated. Essentially, what you're wanting to do with repurposing content is making your content work harder for you. And instead of having to recreate the wheel, or if you're in a content creation rut, let's figure out a way to transform content that you already have and get it back out into the world in a different format. So this can look something like taking a screenshot of a tweet, a high-performing tweet that you put out, putting a fun little background to it, and posting it on Instagram. It can be that simple. Or it can be as complex as my strategy where I film these YouTube videos and my team will repurpose it into a blog, a newsletter, social media captions, tweets, this, that, and the other. It can get complicated, but it doesn't have to. It can also look like taking a look at your top performing content within the last year and literally republishing the same thing 3 to 4 to 5 months later and getting it back out to your audience because either they haven't seen it before or your audience has grown and you're wanting people to see that content again. It can look something like taking a high performing carousel that you had on Instagram, something very educational, giving away your tips and tricks, and turning it into an Instagram reel, giving it a new life, giving it a new format. There are so many different ways that you can repurpose your content. But you guys, you sat down and you took the time to create something beautiful and meaningful and your audience loved it. Why not continue to use it as much as possible? All right, number 2, this is a tactical tip that I think you need to be doing right now. So I get questions all the time. Should I be creating videos inside of Reels? Should I be creating videos inside of TikTok? And unless you're using very specific filters or animations or transitions or something really specific to that platform, I say do not record inside those apps. And now, give me a second to explain here. First and foremost, if you are creating something inside of that platform and you're using features that only Instagram has or features that only TikTok has, and you go and you publish it on their platform, it is very difficult to get that content off of that platform without technical issues. And what I mean by that, if you try and save an Instagram reel or a TikTok, you're gonna get the watermark. Yes, there are websites out there that help you remove the watermark, but still, they're hard to find, they're complicated, sometimes they're spammy, or even when you can get it watermark free, it's often lower quality, the audio might not sync up, you might not have the music on there, the sound on there that you need. So essentially, you took the time to create a piece of content that now Instagram and TikTok own. You have no original copy of it. So what I want you to start thinking about, what I want you to start doing is recording the video natively on your phone. And that this way, you have an original copy of the content. And I prefer to store mine in Airtable. And then from there, what I'm able to do is when I'm ready to post that one video on my preferred platforms are Instagram Reels and TikTok, what I'm able to do then is upload that one video, upload it to TikTok, maybe splice it a couple different ways, use TikTok text and use music that is available on that platform. And then I'll take that same video and do the same on Instagram Reels and make it look like I natively created it in these separate platforms. And you guys, this is the same piece of content. And now that content looks like it natively belongs on each platform. We're not seeing like TikTok text over on Instagram. I see that all the time when people repurpose. And while there's nothing wrong with that right now, the algorithm is starting to pick up. Instagram has come out and said that, hey, if we see that TikTok watermark, we're not going to push your reels out as much. You're playing fair to each of the platforms while also still owning that piece of content that you can then repurpose. Maybe let's say you want to make a Pinterest idea pin, or you want to use it for an Instagram story ad later on down the road, or even you're going to want to publish it on Twitter. Now you have that piece of content and you can do with it what you will. All right, number 3, I'm going to have to create an entirely separate video on this one day and give you guys a real behind the scenes tutorial. But if you are creating any kind of visual graphics, Canva obviously is my go-to, but even further inside of Canva, you can create templates that are branded. And let's say you have a content idea and you're like, I know that I want to make it a quote post in this style with this text. You can have these templates set up and ready to go so that all you have to do is with one click of a button, put in new text, then you can maybe transform the colors just a little bit, but it is a template that is ready to go, and it makes content creation so much quicker, so much faster, and so much easier. You aren't going out of your way to recreate the wheel every single time, and the best part about these templates is you can come back and edit them. So let's say you noticed a template that you use quite often, it's starting to not perform as high. Maybe you need to come back in and use bigger, bolder colors, or make the text slightly larger, or whatever that looks like for you and your brand. Or you notice that, hey, this type of content, let's say you're doing a quote post with flashing animation, this performs really high. Maybe I can take a variation of that template and create a few more templates so that I'm getting diversity, but I can easily plug and play and create content on the go on your mobile phone or on Canva desktop. All right, number 4. This is more of a tactical strategy, fun kind of creating content type of idea. But what I like to recommend to people, when people come to me and they're like, I have no idea what to create, I don't have any content ideas, I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. This is always my go-to, and it is such a fun trend that we're seeing right now in early 2022. We're going to take the Gary Vee approach here, and I know sometimes he's problematic, but what we want to do is let's start documenting your life over creating something. So essentially what you're going to do is on your iPhone, on your smartphone, you're going to set a timer for every 60 minutes throughout the entire day. So that timer is going to go off once an hour. Essentially what you're going to do is I want you in that moment, whatever you're working on, whatever you're doing, take a 3 to 5 second video clip. This is going to be shortened eventually, but you can do one of two things, or actually you can technically do both. In that moment, you can take that video, that short little clip, and post it on Instagram stories automatically. And what's going to happen there is as you post it on Instagram stories, your followers are going to see a day in the life of. They get to see the behind the scenes of your business. They get to see what you're doing with your day. And your story is going to pop back up in that story feed right at the top. Instead of posting all your stories at once, you're going to have stories being posted throughout the day. Now, your second option here is to take all of those clips, and at the end of the day, you can create a montage set to fun music, really shorten and condense those clips to maybe 1 to 2 seconds each that's synced up to some fun music, and create a day in the life of mini vlog that can go on Instagram Reels, it can go on TikTok, it can go to so many different places. You can do both, it doesn't matter. So this is just such a fun way to kind of be a little bit more creative too, because most of the hesitation I get with that, they're like, I'm just sitting on my couch all day. I'm just here with my dog all day. This is going to allow you to also get a little bit creative, because you guys, I also work at home. Not every day is filled with, like today, I had a photo shoot this morning. I am recording YouTube videos. Not every day looks like this. I almost want to push you guys outside of your comfort zone and pick one of those more boring days. It's going to give you the chance to show people how you make your coffee, show your cute little dog cuddling in your bed, show them behind the scenes of you creating an email workflow, show them behind the scenes of, oh my gosh, I'm wearing my fuzzy socks right now. Just take little clips of your life, and people want to know more about you. So this is such a fun way to do that. Okay, and last but not least, number 5, organizing your assets on your phone. Now, I'm a little type A, I am a Virgo, and my organization is taken to the next level, but I want to encourage you guys to do a couple of things here. I used to be the person, I had like 17,000 photos and videos and screenshots, and I'd always have to upgrade my storage on my phone because it would be absolutely ridiculous. And now I've gone through and culled all of the assets on my phone, and I have 2 things that I want you to start to put into practice. Number 1, create albums inside of your photos and videos app, whatever you're using on your iPhone or on your smartphone, and create certain folders. So a few of the key folders that I have an ACC, so A Creative Co folder. It has all of my brand assets. So my my logos, it has my brand mood board, things like that. Anything that I would need to quickly create content on mobile devices or for Instagram stories if I need it to throw up something on Canva really quick, I have those assets saved in that folder. Number 2, I have a folder that says photos of me. So whether that's selfies or curated branded professional images, I have a folder. So again, if I want to post something on the go, I can quickly pull content that I can post or that I can put in a story or things like that. The third folder that I have is something called B-roll. So kind of like how I just talked to you in that last tip of how you can create these fun little moments and throughout your day with these 3 to 5 second clips. That's something that's known as B-roll, meaning it's just like videos of random things. For me, it looks a lot like my dog or my plants or, some of the jewelry I'm wearing, whatever. So I will actually save the really, really pretty ones. I'll save those in a folder so that I can pull from those later on down the line. If I notice I need to fill in this video a little bit more, I'm going to pull some of those clips from previous days. You can totally do that. Or let's say I'm creating a piece of content that I just need some additional video clips for. It's such a great way to do so. And the last folder that I recommend you have is a content not posted, meaning let's say I go out and take a photo or I go and take a video and it's something that I haven't posted yet on social media. I'll put it in that folder so that I know I'm like, okay, I've never posted this before. Let's make this a priority over anything else that I have in my phone. And by taking the time to do this, you're just setting yourself up for success, especially if you're wanting to create content in the moment, which is so much fun sometimes. And the other tip that I want to leave you with when it comes to organizing your assets on your phone, this is something that I've implemented this year and it has been a lifesaver. Now that I've gone through and gotten rid of so many photos and videos and screenshots and things that I don't need, what I do is I make sure to log on. I have an iPhone. I log on in my big iMac to iCloud and I look at my photos, and at the end of every day, I go through and delete the screenshots that I don't need. If I created any video or photo elements that I want to take and make more content with, I download them onto my computer, upload them into Airtable to make sure that they are in my content workflow, that I know that those assets exist. And sometimes I'll still keep them on my phone, but let's say I know, for instance, today, creating these YouTube videos. Afterwards, I'm going to be recording a TikTok and Reel that's going to correlate with this video. Once I have recorded that on my phone, I'm going to make sure that's in Airtable and delete it off my phone. I don't need it right now. It is going to be posted through later. It's going to be put into my content workflow, so I'll delete that at the end of the day. Now, if it's a selfie, I'm probably going to keep it on my phone. I'll make sure to have that on hand, so I won't necessarily delete those, but just get into a routine of going through your assets at the end of the day so you don't pile up, or maybe end of the week if that works better for you. But those are just a couple of quick tips when it comes to managing those assets on your phone. All right, you guys, thanks for sticking with me for these top 5 content creation tips that are working for me right now, and hopefully you can implement some of them in your workflows. Now, in case you guys haven't heard, I'm going to be launching the content workshop towards the end of May. You guys can sign up for the waitlist at the link below. I'm really going to walk you through my entire content workflow and show you how to implement it for your small business as a content creator or as a social media manager. So again, sign up for that waitlist, stay tuned for the launch of that, and make sure you guys don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week.